So a couple of things show up over and over again among the SecOps people, because we're doing a lot of recruiting around that right now. One is, I ask, why do we want to change jobs, right? Because anytime, unless you don't have a job, you're looking to change jobs. And it is true that the best candidates tend to already have jobs. Just math, just the math on that. So when I ask somebody why they want to change jobs, all too often, the response is, I want a place where I can learn more. Here's the problem with that. Your education does not address the problem of the buyer. You are a seller. I'm a broker, in a sense, an agent. I run an agency. The person I offer you to as a candidate is the buyer, and they have a problem that they're trying to solve. And the problem is, I need to teach somebody something, or I need to feed the pipeline so that there are more people in the industry. That is not their problem. It is not my problem. Not really. Now, whose problem is it? It's yours. So what do you do about that? How are you supposed to take that information? If it's not your employer's responsibility to train you for your career, right? And it is not my responsibility to train you for your career. It's yours. And it's yours right now. There are things that you can learn at work, a lot of things you can learn at work that you're not going to get from books, you're not going to get from courses. My dad, by the way, was also a professor of English, and my mom works at a university as a music librarian. So I come from higher ed, 2 different colleges, right? And I'm not particularly keen on university education. Took great classes. I love junior colleges, learned great stuff. But the value of university degrees has fallen quite a lot outside of certain areas. If you want to be a lawyer, you better go to law school. If you're going to be a doctor, you definitely need to go to medical school. But if you want to be a cybersecurity professional, you can spend 4 years and $100,000, or you can find other ways to learn and teach your friends and we'll collaborate, right? So universities don't provide the way. Certifications, I used to have a ton of them. I used to collect them. My first wife, I would complain, like, I don't know anything. I was always so down on myself in the first, 5-10 years of my career, because I was aware of how much more work there was to do and how inadequate I was as a professional. I was. We all are. But I really felt it. So she took my certifications one day and she framed them. She got a bunch of like $1 frames in the dollar store. She'd cover the wall behind me with them and the wall in front of me with them. Now, in those days, certifications would cost you $100. A lot of them you could do on a beta basis. You can get them basically for free. Those days are all long behind us. The other thing that happened was I found out over the years that they don't really mean that much. Now, there's some exceptions. CISSP is good for demonstrating that you have 2 things. 1, a command of the fundamentals. 2, you've been in the business for a certain amount of time, because you have to get somebody to endorse you. So I think the CISSP is still good. I like the ISACA CISA because it pushed me to learn about a different perspective than the one that I had. And the OSCP is actually kind of handy, particularly for defensive security people, as well as the offensive security. I think TCM has something similar. What they do is they're hard. So you have to put in some effort. You also have to produce a deliverable. TCMs, you actually have to present the deliverable. But to get those things, you also have to understand things about Linux and networking and like some of the basics of IT that are not covered in other certifications. I've said it before, and I'll say it again. I do not like the games at all. Now, so try Hack Me, Hack the Box, that stuff. People are going to keep playing them because people like games, but they're not ideal when it comes to learning. They're not a good use of time or money. And time is the thing that you have less of than money for the most part.